Welcome to Salad with a Side of Fries. I'm your host, Jen Trepic, talking wellness and weight loss for real life. We're here to clear up the myths, misinformation, bad science, and marketing to teach you how to eat and how to cheat. Are you ready? I'm having salad with a side of fries. This week, we're talking about Bonny squares. So I'm curious if you've seen their ads on Instagram. Stephanie saw it and sent it to me, and then it started popping up in my feed. So the ad says, pop and poop. Megan, have you seen them?
I haven't, but I know because all this stuff happens as soon as I get off. Next time I log on to Instagram, I'm going to see it.
Yes.
This stuff just happens.
Exactly. Well, because Big Brother is always listening, right?
Yes.
So the marketing made me laugh, right? I was intrigued.
Yeah. Pop and poop is cute.
Right. Stephanie sent it to me and was like, we should talk about this in a nutrition nugget. So I made a note, and now here we are.
Okay.
Now, the first thing I did was go to their website. And again, I have to say, like, their marketing person is just on point. They're totally speaking my language. Like, the person that they hired must be like our demo, right? The site says things like, why Bonny is the shit, but they use like an asterisk instead of the I,
Funny.
right? They're like poop-tastic ingredients. They're calling them elite poops, right? So I felt very seen in their approach,
Yes.
right? And now I'll come back to their language in a second. So then I went to the nutrition facts. This is where it got really interesting. So each square is 70 calories, 1 gram of fat, 14 grams of carbs, of which there are 2 grams of fiber. Exactly. 8 grams of sugar, including 2 grams of added sugar and 1 gram of protein. So at this moment, I admit I had the same reaction you just had because I was like,
yeah,
only 2 grams of fiber. Like, I expected it to just be like a fiber bomb.
Yeah.
Right? So then I went to the ingredients because I'm like, well, what is in it? So it's dried figs, flaxseed, brown rice syrup, dried apples, dried blueberries, dried cranberries, vegetable glycerin, and rhubarb root extract. So my antenna went up because between the ingredients and the nutrition facts, and then their instructions. So their instructions say, enjoy 1 square as needed. Drink 8 ounces of water to help the square transit your waste to the toilet. Take for elite poops as needed. They say Bonny's fiber squares, although we saw there were only 2 grams of fiber, support intestinal transit. They help you poop. Says Bonny makes your poops soft, smooth, and sausage-like without gas, bloating, and cramping the fiber of those fibers you've tried. So my antennae are up because between the instructions, the claims, it reminded me of the challenges that people had or, experienced around the F Factor diet and their products. Do you remember this?
Yes.
So I did an episode on it in September of 2020. It was episode 57 called Another One Bites the Dust, the F Factor Diet. So,
love it.
So you can go back and listen to that. But in the meantime, I'll tell you that like the Bonny Squares website was giving me all the same vibes, right?
Yeah.
Even though, to their credit, they say don't exceed 2 squares a day. Okay. Then I saw their legal warning.
Uh-oh.
That's their language, legal warning. So it says, the product contains rhubarb. Read and follow directions carefully. Do not use if you have or develop diarrhea, loose stool, abdominal pain, because rhubarb may worsen these conditions or be harmful to your health. Consult your healthcare provider prior to use if you are pregnant, nursing, trying to conceive, have frequent diarrhea, take any medications, or if you have a medical condition. Not intended for children, this product is not a candy.
Wow.
Right. Okay. So this language was obviously required. I give them credit because a lot of companies are not this transparent.
Right.
And I think end up waiting till something happens to then be like, oh, we have to, now I'm making things up, but my imagination's like, maybe something did happen. And that, I don't know. Or maybe they're just going off of what happened with like the F Factor diet. I don't know.
Right.
This is how rumors get started. I don't know if that's actually what happened.
Right.
But it makes my antenna go up. And I think it gives us a chance to talk about the ingredients for a second, right? So dried figs support digestive health and gut health. Yes. Apple pectin is a prebiotic fiber. Yes, we've talked about this before. We've talked about flax seeds, right? Flax seeds offer omega-3s. Now, not the omega-3s that support cardiovascular health, but they talk about flax on their website as a prebiotic fiber and omega-3s for digestion and gut health. And yes, all of these things are true. What I don't love is that we have no idea how much of these are in there.
Yeah.
And the same thing with the rhubarb root powder. So I went digging on some research to see what I could find about rhubarb root powder because I've heard of it before, more for like menopause symptoms. But this whole thing about the laxative effect was new to me. So I'm like, okay, let's look at it. The research is far from overwhelming. There were only a couple studies. There was one on mice published in the Journal of Ethnopharmacology that found that rhubarb has both a laxative effect due to the anthraquinones and an anti-diarrheal effect because of the tannins. So this study concluded, and I'm just reading it, rhubarb should only be used on a short-term basis for constipation. And again, that was on mice. Memorial Sloan Kettering's cancer care site says to relieve constipation as a side effect of cancer treatments, rhubarb acts as a laxative, although clinical trials have not tested this use. Then I found one study from the International Journal of Molecular Sciences. The title of the study said, Constipation Mitigation by Rhubarb Extract in Middle-Aged Adults is linked to gut microbiome modulation. So it was a double-blind, placebo-controlled study. Essentially, they demonstrated that the rhubarb extract supplementation promotes butyrate-producing bacteria and therefore short-chain fatty acids. So in effect, it could contribute to relieving chronic constipation in middle-aged people. It's interesting, far from conclusive. And again, with the Bonny squares, they're using rhubarb root powder, not the rhubarb extract, which is what was used in the study on humans. And again, we don't know how much is in there. So there's pieces of this that are really interesting and pieces of this that I'm not really a fan of. With that said, I haven't tried them myself. The reviews say they taste delicious and they work, meaning you'll poop. I think for me, I'm going to stick with my veggies, digestive enzymes, and some other products that have more research behind them in the times that I need it. But I give them credit for the caveats and the disclaimer on their, on their website. The language that they use around their ingredients is actually compliant, which a lot of products are not. And of course, I love their marketing. But I guess I like that it's not made of a bunch of wild, unpronounceable ingredients.
Yeah.
But I'm on the fence. Megan, what do you think?
Well, you did great research, so thank you for that. And I'm curious to look them up on my own. I share a lot of thoughts that you said, great. Are they putting figs in there? Fantastic. Do I love the brown rice syrup?
Agreed.
No, but could I get over that? At least they're trying to sweeten with blueberries too. I am stumped by a couple of the things that you said. There's only 2 grams of fiber. We have no idea how much of the active ingredients are in there. And I tend to think that it is better for 99% of the time to enjoy our food and then supplement where needed instead of trying to combine these. When people take 18 gummy vitamins per day, or they're using these squares that taste amazing just to poop or whatever, it's no, we're getting in all this extra sugar and all this extra stuff, and we're thinking of it as a health food. It's probably not the best option, in my opinion. I don't know much about rhubarb extract, but I am scared by the medical warnings. I would say if something is that strong, I think of senna or something like that, let me know exactly how much senna I'm taking and let me know exactly how much rhubarb extract I'm taking. So I just think when clients come to me with this stuff, I'm such a buzzkill because 95% of the time, I'm going to say it's not as great as it seems in marketing. And I know people are hungry for the magic thing. To me, this just doesn't seem like the magic thing to solve all of our issues, though.
I'm with you. Again, it sounds great. There are elements of this where I'm kudos to you. And if my clients are asking me about it, I'm going to say we have better tools in our tool belt, including the nutrition that you provide yourself every single day to support proper elimination. And intestinal activity.
Yes, I'm totally with you on that.
Awesome. All right. Well, as always, everybody, I'm your host, Jen Trepick. Connect with me on Instagram or all social media. I'm at Jen Trepick, JENNTREPECK. Website is asaladwithasideofries.com. Pick your platform, send a message. I want to hear your takeaways, your ideas, your questions. This is also the easiest way to learn more about working with me as your health coach. Megan Lyons, thank you again for being here.
Thank you, Jen. It was fun.
Always. And friend, if you are not already, join our membership by going to glow.fm/saladwithasideofries. This shows your support for this podcast, this community, and most importantly, it supports your health. You'll get this week's recipe for the egg and broccoli breakfast bars and your exclusive pre-sale on tickets to Salad with a Side of Fries Live. Well, friends, that's it for today's episode of Salad with a Side of Fries. Congratulations for making yourself and your health a priority. Thanks so much for joining us. Be sure to click subscribe or follow on your favorite podcast platform. Share us with a friend, and we'll be back next week. Always remember, you deserve it, and you are worth it. Happy healthy.